Hi again, everyone. Scott Player Pop Cult fan here. And I finally got to see Ant-Man the Wasp, so I am going to review it. So, let's get right into this. So, Ant-Man the Wasp is a fun movie. I wouldn't say it's the best. I mean, I do think like some of the concepts addressed in Ant-Man the Wasp will be prominently addressed in the next Avengers movie, clearly. That's something that was the most interesting to me going into this movie, and going into this movie I was also expecting a specific kind of mid-credits scene, and that's exactly what I saw. So there wasn't anything about the mid-credits scene for this movie that I wasn't surprised by, because I was actually expecting a post-credits scene just like that. So nothing too spoilery for me when I went into seeing it. So, but yeah, Ant-Man the Wasp, it's basically your fun summer blockbuster. I mean, I wouldn't say it's like Avengers Infinity War level like craziness. I wouldn't say it's that, but it's definitely got enough charm to it to make it just a fun summer blockbuster superhero film. I thought Evangeline Lilly was great as the Wasp, aka Hope Van Dyne, I believe that's her name in the movie. And Hank Pym, Michael Douglas is a really good actor. He really is. And especially like when they do the de-aging with the CGI in the flashbacks, I thought that was actually really good. Definitely a lot better than what they did with Rogue One with Tarkin. Ugh. But wow, it's gone a lot better now. Like, de-aging characters, human characters in these MCU movies is really good. They've done a really good job with that so far. And just, yeah, like also Michelle Pfeiffer, the original Catwoman, was also really good in this movie, although she was more to the back half of the movie. She didn't really enter the movie until like the big action scenes are happening between the main characters and the antagonist, which, by the way, the antagonist I thought was pretty good actually. She doesn't fall into the same trap as most MCU villains do, because she actually has like a backstory to her that actually connects to Hank Pym's backstory, which I thought was something that helped me sympathize with her more. So I understood her from her motives, and I understood where she was coming from. I thought she was a pretty interesting villain, and they were able to avoid the trap of killing MCU villains all the time, so always a sucker for that. And yeah, I wouldn't say it's a great movie. It didn't have the emotional impact that I hoped it would. I mean, I know it's not like it's more of a palate cleanser for Infinity War because of how that movie ended. So, and this movie was just kind of in between Infinity War and Captain Marvel, because that's the next one after this one, and I'm pretty sure that the Captain Marvel will probably be a more serious film, hopefully. So I do think that Ant-Man and the Wasp was a way to just like make people feel better to help audiences feel better about themselves after having seen the devastating ending of Infinity War. So I understand where the movie is taking from the audience's perspective, because it's a funny movie, and that's definitely what it is. One thing about the character of Scott Lang in this movie, I didn't really, I would like to have seen more of his criminal past come to light, but I mean, it kind of did slightly, but not really. I would have liked to see more of Scott in this movie. I mean, I know it's Scott and it's Hope. I understand that, and I understand that they're building that relationship between them in this movie. I would like to have seen more of Ant-Man a little bit, and also because he had this like he also had like a few limitations to his abilities a few times in this movie, and that played for funny comedic scenes, which I thought were funny, but at the same time didn't always land. So some of the humor didn't land in this movie, but most of it did, but not all of it. So that's really my review for Ant-Man and the Wasp. I think it's a fun movie. It's not a great movie, but it does deliver on certain concepts that will be addressed prominently in Avengers 4, and also connected to Infinity War and a bunch of other stuff, and a lot of famous actors in this movie and all that. So yeah, that is my review. I will give Ant-Man and the Wasp a B+. That is my grade. So after this, I'm not sure what I'll do next for a review after this, but I'll let you guys know. So thank you all so much for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next video. Peace.